Hello, folks. You know, at some point, the punchline becomes that we're still playing Treasure of the Rudras. Like, man, this one's lasted a while. I feel like it's been an entire month. Let me just real quick, oh, cool. Managed to lock up YouTube by trying to scroll on it. That's great. I love when things work. Okay, let me just take a quick glance. My videos. When did I first start uploading Rudra? Gosh. Yeah, back in April. No, I'm sorry. The first video went up in March. March 29th, but, you know. So it has been a long time for Treasure of the Rudras, and, you know, I won't be too upset to see the back of it, but I am enjoying it while it's here. Rudras have many treasures if you have time. Khajiit has wares if you have coin. I could use a Khajiit to, like, help me sort my inventory. And also maybe get back that sky that I sold. I really shouldn't have sold that. I should have just held on to it. Maybe we can go grind another one out of the desert. I don't know. Wonder if there is a guide to scythe weapons. There is. It does not tell you where to get them. Thank you, just a ton, website. Like, I've got a list of all the names, but I don't have a list of where they drop. Hello, Jaffa. Hope you're well. Item list. Yeah, again, I've got a full list of items, but no idea where they drop. That's not helpful. Been playing the new Diablo 4 expansion. You know, I thought about that. It's kind of tempting to me to go back to Diablo 4, but I just, haven't. Like, be cool, but I played about half of that game and then I wandered off, and then the Microsoft boycott started. And I haven't really touched them since. I sort of dropped all my Microsoft or Blizzard or whatever things, including like World of Warcraft and all. And, I'm not sure if that's over, but, meh. How is it? Is that the one that adds, the Warlock or whatever? I was really amused that they added that into Diablo 2 as well. Like, I thought that was kind of a cool move. Making changes, good and bad, their entire gaming division is crazy at the moment. I heard recently that they've abandoned plans to port OpenAI to consoles or something. I don't know what that was about. I didn't look into it. But, like, it's something. Your Warlock runs around with a giant Hellhound companion. That's cool as hell. That is super cool. I love it. Alright, It used to be that Xbox was part of Microsoft game. It was. There was this complicated hierarchy of, like, Xbox is part of this, and then everything is an Xbox, and... I still remember Game for Windows Live, so... Anyway, let me just pop over, open up Ares. I gotta recapture real quick, one moment. Click. Alright, I gotta do a little bit of resizing. Probably should have done this first, but we are professionals here. I mean, I would like it if they just went fuck AI. Microsoft going fuck AI would be a big deal, because I don't think anybody wants it on, like, an OS level. And that's where they've been putting it, so... I don't know. Honestly, Diablo 4 is in the new Humble Bundle. The new, like, Humble Monthly. And I almost picked it up and thought about asking around to my friends who wants a free copy of Diablo 4. But I knew that for most of them the answer would be, so, you know. I was gonna pick it up mostly for Shin Megami Tensei 5. And then I realized that those were the only two games that appealed to me at all in the bundle. So, maybe not. Those are the only two games that appealed to me in the bundle, and I had one of them already. So... I don't know. Diablo 4 is the one with the map you pick the place of it. Diablo 4 is the open world one that, has dodge rolls built in. I think a couple of water spells will get rid of this. But yeah, I have been glancing at Diablo 4 and thinking about it, and thinking about playing it some more. I don't know. I would want to pick up the DLC, the expansion packs, and, well, you know, money. Money, money, money. It makes the world fart on you. I think we can bump up to Hullen Megami now. Like, I think it would be a good idea to, enhance our healing spell, even if it costs slightly more. And I wrote down the big power-up spell that uses only one magic. What does Shin Megami do? It makes you really frustrated. Sorry, I don't know. I don't think we've tried that. I'll try it in a bit. Anyway, I wrote down the big spell from over on Team 5th playthrough that gives a power boost for 1 mana. We've got it on one save file, we might as well have it on all of them. Yeah, Great Justice is fine. Is Shin Megami anything? Restores hit points all. I don't know, honestly. I don't know if it does anything different than normal Megami. Because this was... Well, we'll leave it in the books. We'll take a look. We'll take a look. It's in a book, A Reading Rainbow. Alright, we gotta pull that sword, I think. Most of our characters are still using fire weapons, and these are fire birds. I feel like maybe we should look at our other weapon options real quick. The Rex Killer. You just watched K-pop Demon Hunters. I have heard that's great. I have not seen it yet. You know what? That's what I should've... Oh well, never mind. Grab it for tonight. Maybe. Do grab it. I don't know if it'll be tonight. I'm still a bit worn down, but yeah, absolutely grab it. And now that we're in the cave, we do need fire weapons, so I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, I do want to see that, so sure. Alright. This does not bode well. I love that phrase. Wah! Ha ha ha! You fell right into my trap. Monkey. Alright, we gotta fight the big shiny monkey tummy. Oh, that's not right. I spelled it wrong. It's fine. Wait, what? Oh, that's cool. Wait, what? Hold on, I never pushed this button before. We can change the fucking turn order? Oh my god, that would have helped so much. Oh my god, that would have helped so much. Well, it can start helping now. Holy yeah, I pushed a button on the... What did I push? I think I pushed X. 80% through the game. Yeah! Remember, folks, if I can beat video games, so can you. I'm not special, and I'm not smart. It vanished? How curious. Oh my god. Okay, you can't do it on this screen, which is where you would think you could change your turn order. I just never pushed that in battle, because I never thought it would do anything. What the fuck? Ah! Does it stay the way you said it? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's... So it's like only for that battle you can change the turn order. Okay. Oh, I gotta fix that too. Oh my god. Video games. Video games, video games, video games. What do they do to me? Anyway, we're fighting some rocks now. Actually, I want to use that fucked up mantra like one time, just to see what happens. Okay, it's a big, big thunder attack. Cool. Okay, what? Picote kilt. I missed an E. Yeah, strength up for everybody. 1. Okay. That's what I was hoping for. We've got a save point here. That's ominous. I am the Rudra of the Danons. Why have you disturbed my rest? It's alive? Jade Bearer, what do you seek of me? 2 of your fellows have awoken. The Rudra of the reptiles has already fallen in battle. The Rudra of humanity now seeks power to some unknown end. These are things I already know. Do you know what Halzin is planning, then? He, like you, seeks the body of the next Rudra. I have no interest in that. Is every Rudra capable of causing a cataclysm? Indeed, I too possess this capacity. 3 Lago stones remain on the surface, that of the reptiles, that of the giants, and the one before you. Bring me a fragment of each and I shall tell you more. I guess we're off again. Immediate random encounter. Immediate. I guess we're going. Blap. Fucking beautiful. But yeah, always remember that if I can beat video games, you can too. And I am out here beating video games every night of my life. Except Mondays. Water sparkles inside the jar. Let's drink it for recovery. 2 forward, 2 back. Okay, 1, 2. Two. 1, 2. Alright. Here's more rocks. More rocks than you require. We can just make Vincent the first person to go and power everybody up with him. That's fucking nice. I can't believe it took me this long. It's also fairly useless that we're not hurting these rocks. We need boost power. Yeah, honestly, Caramel will do. We don't really have any big hitters. I wonder if Earth Magic even works on rocks. Oh, okay. I don't think it's gonna work on... Yeah, no, you're flying. Actually, hold up. Did I get a... No, I didn't get a sword. I feel like I should have gotten a sword from somewhere. What am I doing out here? Like, wasn't there a second sword? I don't want to fight the rocks. Let me walk away from the rocks. I mean, you know it's bad when I'm running from random encounters, but... I do feel like there was supposed to be... I need to glance at game facts now, real quick. Like, was there something I was supposed to get in this dungeon? It very much feels like there was. This is Surlent Day 10, I believe. Yeah. Alright, where was it? Blah, blah, blah. Sigmund Glacier. From where you were standing, step forward, then step backwards twice. Head through the cavern north once, and then go back through the cavern you came. Okay, so I have to go back through here? No. One moment. This has some confusing instructions, so I'm trying to work it out. Alright, these two aren't doing much physical... Alright, they're dead. So, up 1, up 2, down, down. You will then be in the place where the Holy Sword is. From where you're standing now, head through the cavern north, and then go back through the cavern you came, and you will find a sword. I don't feel like that's true. I'm trying to do something, excuse me. I love how there's just rocks on the ground and we can walk away from them. Yeah, I'm not seeing a sword here. At the save point? Really? I'm not gonna fight the fucking rocks. I'm done. I'm done with them. Alright, maybe there's another cavern out here. Maybe I just missed it. I don't think I did. I think maybe the other team took the sword, and that's why there's nothing here. So, let's just get out of here. I guess now we're going to... We need... more... We need more Rudra pieces. I don't know quite where they would be. And then he runs off. I don't blame you, man. Well, let's look around. They can't be too far off, wherever it is. That's a lie. We have, like, the entire world map open. I have no idea where stuff could be. The town of Len. There anything good here? Ah, yeah. We could buy a Dion. Is that something that's... He's got the most powerful sword he can use right now, and this seems more powerful than that. So let's buy a Dion. And maybe a Wind Guard, or... yeah, just one. It's a very small upgrade, but it's non-elemental. So that's something. And this is a big jump. Well, there must be something somewhere, so... Oh yeah, the Dion with a big damage jump there. Like, it was pretty low, and now it's not. I think that dark element is not helping. What's this? Pure City Babel. Okay, we've been here. There's no Rudra stone there. Forest of Rem. I don't know if we need to go here. Is there a bridge or something? I don't think there's a bridge. Some money. Oh yeah, we can go north, through this. So, let's go ahead. Damn, pardon me. Small hiccups. I cannot believe I found the turn order selector this far through the game. I feel kind of embarrassed. Ow. Well, this guy's got hit points for days. Oh, that's a lot of experience. Wow. Okay, worth it. Sweet water won't fit in your inventory. Yeah, I do have a lot of those. Alright, fighting these Lanceman guys, doesn't seem like a bad way to level a little bit. That's something. It's not nothing. Although, he is going to kill us if he keeps poking the same dudes. Or he might just kill us in general. Wow. Alright, Oh! Big monkey. If we damage them all a little, they will probably flee. Oh, okay. Hold on. Again, decent experience, good money. This is not a bad place to be. I'm surprised they're not running away, though. That's the usual thing they do. So. And a rem herb. Good. Come on. We're on our way out. You don't have to stop us for this. Alright, up here is, They got nothing. No buzzsaws. With machine guns. Oh no. There's no way back over there. Going through that forest was a waste of time. Well, it was not really a waste of time. It made our characters more powerful. But, like... Alright, we have to figure out how to get to, like, Mantra Peak or whatever. Or wherever. Was not a climax, no. We were not at a climax from beginning to end. Alright, I wanted to try out Shin Megami in battle. See just how much it recovers. Not very much, actually. That's a shame. Fine, fine. Alright, back through the forest. Trump, trump, trump. We keep finding spearmen! They keep poking us! I mean, that's what spearmen do. So. Oh, that figures. Right before the healing spell went off, too, yeah. If only I could have changed the turn order. Well, you know, that didn't seem too much either. I need to buy more alarms. Really, man? Come on. Quit your hopping and popping. Oh, I did miss a chest. Down there, which I don't know how to get to. This particular particular scenario feels the worst for being undirected, but that may just be recency bias. Like, I don't really remember how much or little it gave us previously in the way of finding stuff. Let's move you ahead. And then you can use the buffing mantra. Like, I vaguely recall that they did not really give us that much in the way of direction in previous chapters either, but I still managed to find my way around. If only because there was only one possible direction to go. Here, I'm a little bit stuck in the trees. Stuck in the weeds. Off in the weeds. I am miles away from useful. I don't know. There's stuff. Dreams of holly in the summer. I don't even know holly. Well, at least... How's the Rudras going? A bit slow. I'm a little bit lost. Lost, confused, under constant attack, but it could be worse. Relatable. Believe me, you have no idea. If you like watching people get incredibly lost and wander aimlessly, this is your channel. I have no sense of direction and demand to be taken seriously. I think we're trying to head to Rudra Peak, which is the last place I think I saw one of the big old Rudra stones. Unfortunately, I have managed to wander over to Rise's part of the starter map, and yeah, I really don't need this one. Thank you. Okay, not this way. We're getting back out of here, and we're gonna get back on track, I promise. And when the people all stop and stare and say, why you gotta be like that? I just look him in the eye and tell him I was raised by bats. Thank you. Good punctuation. Excellent Wilhelm scream. Alright, let's stop in at Pure City Babel. There's an inn, like, right here. And it'll probably be cheap. Welcome, our rooms cost 11 ragu. We just pour a handful of tomato sauce into his hand. It's delicious. We're getting there. We're at level 32. The others are at 50. Hi. Arrgh. Never you mind. We only accept Prego at this inn. The number of stupid puns from my youth involving Prego sauce. Let me tell you something. High schoolers are not mature people. Will I be attending the Catelli convention? That joke sounds too sophisticated for me. Alright, we can't go this way. I'll kick your weasel butt. Alright, we can... Alright, we'll go back down and around past the glacier. Monkey. Get shot, monkey. It's weird that this set of monkeys don't run away. Like, these are the brave... there they go. I was gonna call you brave monkeys, and you proved me wrong. You horrible creatures. There are forms of ragu, the Italian meat sauce, that don't have tomato. I guess that makes sense. Like, Italy got along fine without the tomato for at least a couple decades. Where the ever-loving fuck am I going? Oh, wait a goddamn minute! I know! We need the teleporter! There was a teleporter in here! I think. Doesn't ragu just mean, like, stewed? Isn't the tomato American? You know, I think it is. I think it's a New World crop. Like, maybe corn? I think corn is American. I remember that because it's a member of the nightshade family, like, they had to bribe, people to try to eat tomatoes in public to make it clear that they were safe. The term comes from the French ragoûter, meaning to revive the taste. That sounds like a threat. Like, I'm gonna revive the taste of your dinner. Sounds like you're gonna get socked in the gut. Okay, we found the teleport. Right, now we can go to... somewhere. Here's Mantra Peak. Okay. Free money and free tomatoes. There's no downside. Hey, Grandma, we got a question for you. Grandma? There aren't any grandmothers around these parts, and no one would dare call Mistress Zora an old woman to her face. Speaking of reviving the taste of your dinner, French ragout is a form of stew. Good, cool. So who was it you were referring to exactly? Zora, Master of Solon. That's me. What are you doing here, then? We're looking for a Lago Stone. Which one? The Lago Stone of the Giants, the one Dr. Munich discovered. That stone is still on top of the Tower of the Giants, south of Vod. Take the boat moored at the river and use it to get to Denhouse. From there, Vod is just a short walk away. Now get to it! Thank you, ma'am. But yeah, you will respect your elders or she will slap your mouth off. Or, yeah, okay. You respect your elders and she will slap your mouth off. It's a good place to go if you don't like your mouth. Alright, through here. Mm-hmm. So many porcupines. Let's hit him up with the Thorson. Oh, let me tell you, I spent the day walking around a hospital, up and down, up and down. You had to go to the third floor of one building and walk across a bridge to get to the second floor of a different building. My ankles are locked up like a 386 trying to run Windows 2000. I am sore. That's good, you know. I'm fine as far as I know, so... Hooray for me. Oh. That's neat. You can see one of the other islands in the parallax. It's not helpful, but it's cool. They put a lot of detail into the detailing of this game. Oh, we can farm the skeleton birds for alarms. That's good to know, too. Speaking of... let's hit him up with the dirt map. Parks, were you here for my great discovery? Made a great discovery just a little bit ago. Namely, I discovered that you're allowed to change the turn order in battle. And I had absolutely no idea. Played through like 80% of the game, including 2 other scenarios, without knowing this. If there had been an instruction manual, I would have read it, I swear. I'm old enough that I remember instruction manuals. But, no. Rolling on a river. Remember reading the instruction manual on the drive home from the video game store? I do. I remember taking a couple of instruction manuals with me to, like, school to read over. The Homeworld manual was full of cool stuff that I never actually saw in the game itself, because I sucked in Homeworld. Blank pages at the end where you're supposed to write notes and passwords. You know, I actually use those. Real talk. $24 ragu to rest. That is cheap. I will take it. Like, I used to actually draw maps on graph paper for games and stuff. I've gotten very lazy over the years. Can we pick up some alarms? Draw your own video game. Oh, yeah. I used to draw video game levels that made Mega Man look like a walk in the park. Because Mega Man didn't have to go through anywhere near as many spikes as one of the characters in my games would have. Literal, like, you have a grappling hook, navigate around all these spikes. Looks like fucking I want to be the guy out there. In retrospect, I would love to have some of those maps back. Alright, we went to Danos, and then we have to go to Vad, which is over this way. Giddy. How do you pick someone up on your umbrella and miss? Silver grapple has some massive spike bits. I mean, I would grapple a silver, if you know what I mean. Let me take a look at this. Oh, this looks like, this owes a big-ass debt to Cave Story. I'm just saying. Yeah, alright, wish listed. Stuck that on the wish list. I feel fine about that. Let's keep moving. South of Cryune Castle and Vad, you'll find the Tower of the Giants. Right, good. Tower of the Giants. That's where I'm headed. Kindly get the fuck out of my... Thank you. I love how you walk through Vad and it's still playing, like, the chirpy starter town music. Like, imagine walking into a town and it just starts playing, like, starter town music, and you're like, oh, this is where a protagonist comes from. Wonder who it is. Alright, the Giant's Tower. We do in fact have to go in through the front door. There's nothing out here. I vaguely remember this. Oh. Yeah, how nasty are you guys? Are you scaled to me? Kinda looks like it. Shadow Sword. Ball attack. Don't do that, man. Don't. You thought you were in a protagonist's hometown. You get the heck out of there before it was destroyed. They can't get all the hometowns. I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, there's a chest over here. Let's... Ooh, 2 chests. No winning. Do I have... Okay. Slap them up with the bolt spells. I gotta get some better elemental spells. Hometown has no less than 30 dragons. God, imagine. Imagine dragons? Yes, I think I will. It's pretty great. A dark sword. I knew I was gonna get some kind of sword from those swords. So now we have 2 dark swords. Sadly, we can't dual wield them. In this temple sleeps the ancient father of the giants, the savage god of destruction. A villager. A villager. not particularly like their music, or, well, I don't have much objection to the music, but, like, being on Tumblr has more than once led me to Imagine Dragons at Owl City. And I'm like, hey, this is great. Everyone should do this. Let's pop out and actually save the game so that we don't, you know, die. Okay. Bigger damage. Spent a week listening to Owl City and playing Borderlands 2. That sounds like a nice way to spend a week. Honestly, I like Borderlands 2 more than I probably should. I just like random guns. Someday I should actually give Borderlands 3 a chance, but I understand the storyline borders on, like, character assassination. Particularly for the Tales of the Borderlands characters, which... God, I loved that game, and I don't want to see them hurt. Baby door! Mega baby! It's the fucking Hulk child! It's like a doggy door, but for babies. Unironically, that is a great idea. Like... Actually, no, wait. You really don't want babies just wandering off, do you? Maybe that's a bad idea, actually. Okay, you have more hit points than I think you probably should. Depends how good of a parent you are. That just makes me think of all those games where the objective is, you know, it's like PvP dad versus baby or what. I'm going to commit genocide. Ahem. It's PvP dad versus baby. God damn it. Your goal is to keep the kid from, like, sticking a fork in the light socket or whatever. And, you know, I can't mention that kind of game to a friend of mine because, like, he's lived it. Has, like, 3 boys and a girl, and, there's some lingering trauma there, I can tell. Okay. Alarm won't fit in your... because I just bought a stack of them. Not only did I get baited, it's for an item that I don't even need. Urge to Genocide Rising. Alright, let's hit him up with the... first spell. Okay, don't hit him up with the Earth spell. I really need harder hitting spells. $180. Igrix. Ig. Well, 180 is fine compared to 84. Dang. And you're on fire. Nice work. Continue being a novelty candle. I think one more round ought to do it. Yeah, there we go. We do need the levels. Alright. I don't think we have the jade dope in that one. I think ours is the blue jade? Maybe? Yeah, no, I'm leaving. See ya, baby door. Have a good time there. I'm sure the fish was that big. Let's see. Was there a drop down? I think there was a drop down that takes us to that chest, but as mentioned, we don't need it because wrong jade. Da 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 da. Yeah, wrong jade. Alright, there wasn't a drop down, there was just a down. Okay, sure. Fight some more. I gotta be honest, I am kind of hoping that the next game that gets drawn out of the randomizer is not a gigantic RPG. Like, a short RPG would be fine, but running, like, Phantasy Star 4 and Rudra at the same time has been a bit unrelenting, and I could use a wee little break. This is gonna fall, isn't it? No? Okay. Water won't fit, that's fine. Could use a wee little break. I'd like to play an action game. Honestly, the game I most want to stream right now is the new Tokyo Extreme Racer. Obtained Huey's ring. Oh. Okay. This any good? Magic defense up. Not really. Fire defense. Should, even if it's just as an interim thing. I mean, I do really want to. The only thing is I've been playing a lot of that game off-stream, too. And there's some plot, but a lot of it is tonight you go out and you do some racing. And then the next night you go out and you do some racing. And I worry it'll get a little boring, but also I'm fine with that. Like, it'll get boring for you guys. It won't get boring for me. A few days of cool night racing. Oh no, if I play it, I'm gonna try to finish it out. Like, I'm gonna try to at least hit the credits once. There's a lot of post-credit stuff, too. But if I play it, I'm getting locked into it. That's kind of how I play games anymore. Ooh, a purifier. The 3,000 bucks saved. Strength. Increase your okay, yeah. The button is too high on the wall to reach. You guys can't climb each other? Ah. I knew it! We should have run while we still had the chance. It's a bad feeling I'm getting, yeah? Yikes. My jade! Stolen by human hands! Intolerable! Calm yourself, I am not the one responsible. Vincent, let's talk more smashification. They love that. I think they really love this boss. Like, they've had us fight him on every path? Let's double cast that. Great Justice really worth casting it all on this dude? Because it doesn't feel like it is. Well, you know, it's doing fine. Can I get him with anything better? Not really. How about Mofo? Good old Mofo. Nothing beats that. Okay. Great Justice beats that. That's fine. You like his M. Bison hat? I wonder why, like, every big guy in Japanese media has to have the M. Bison hat. Like, it's on some of the enemies in Genshin Impact, too. And I saw it and I was like, why is that hat there? Alright, let's get you first in the turn order and you can heal. Navy Shore Leave. Could be. Adapted from America. Could be Chinese. I know I've seen, like, a specific kind of Chinese flat cap that it kind of makes me think of. You can put one on a character in Virtua Fighter 5. And I usually did. Also, wow, poor Vince. Getting clobbered here. Really? The fuck you think he is, a dragoon? Also, what does this red bag do? Let's find out. Oh, nope. Really? Alright, that's fine. Oh, uses Igna. For, like, no damage. Cool, sweet. I don't even have, like, a revive spell on this team. Dragoon Shade. I played Final Fantasy XIV for a while, okay? I remember Dragoons backflipping off the sides of Titan. AoE fast. God damn it. I hate that that's funny. I'm glad we bought a big stack of alarums, because we're going through all of them. I'm determined to have Vince up for when we get the experience from this battle. How about we just double heal? Is that... will that carry us? It'll carry us enough. I think we got this. There we go, yeah. Obtained a great mace! Yay! We can't use it. Why? Why the puny race of humankind? How could you have stood against the might of the father of giants? A human stole your jade? It was first taken by one of my children. However, this giant did not succeed in controlling the power of the jade. It was then a human warrior showed up. And then, in the ensuing battle, the giant's arm was severed. The shock expelled the jade from his body. It sought out the human. He didn't really take it, did he? This jade belongs to the giants alone. Such acts cannot be tolerated. He turned into a Rudra with this jade, yeah? Imbecile, he holds no more claim to that divine power than you! I think we should make Sorka Rudra. I think that would be very funny. Now, there is no chance for the giants to again prosper in this world. We seek fragments of the Lago Stones. May we take a piece of yours? Do as you see fit, human. He disappeared. I love Vincent asking for permission very nicely. Like, yeah, can we please have a piece of your stone? What the fuck ever, man. I gotta go die now. Yeah. Recharged. Let's go get some stone. Can we have a piece of your corpse, please? I fucking should have guessed. Oh well. Step around the pit. This must be the Lago Stone of the Giants, so this is where the Rudra rested after the creation of the Giants. Where is it now? Stone is empty. We just beat him up. I cannot say. This tower appears to have been constructed as a memorial of sorts. Well, let's not stick around and find out the hard way. What is with the line breaks here? Hey, Lolo, can you read this for us? Let me see. Higher than the heavens, the majestic four await. He who seeks the truth must follow. Way over my head. Let's get a move on. Higher than the heavens would probably mean that, like, it was way up in the floating island. And that doesn't matter because we have to... You mean the fucking moon? I mean, don't warrior cats me on this one. We can just peace out. Anyway, we're going back to, we had Bjork trapped on the fucking... We did. I'm just thinking of that one Warrior Cats comic, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's, like, common knowledge. Alright, we're gonna go back to the glacier. Not this way. We're gonna go back to the glacier. We're gonna... Warrior Cat's fucking moon gets you... I could have phrased that better, I guess. It's not... That's not the exact phrasing. The comic is like one of the tribal cats all like... At last, this roaring beast lies dormant again, but be careful. Its steel body makes it a formidable foe. And then you have like a domesticated cat going, you mean the fucking car? And I just think it's really funny if, the domestic cats are like, smarter than the weird... warring tribes of cats. I said this to somebody else. him, but in my mind, Elf Quest and Warrior Cats are exactly the same thing. I've forgotten where the teleporter is. Yeah. Yeah, I love that expression on "you mean the fucking car." That's perfect. Alright, how do we go back to the Sigmund Glacier? I forget how we get there. We need a teleporter that is... Oh, we need to go on the boat back to the volcano? We need to retrace our steps. Yeah, to get to the place where we were before, we have to retrace our steps. I'm good at logic and video games. And many things. Get on the goddamn boat. You've mentioned this before, but I'm so glad that you mean the fucking car comic is basically canon. In the last Gray Stripe manga, they meet a cat at a truck stop who's just like, "That's a truck you just got hit by, you cool idiots!" Excellent. Wonderful. Yes. I love when it becomes clear that, like, 90% of Warrior Cats is just a bunch of cats hanging out in the forest or LARPing. Except they don't know they're LARPing. It's like that one M. Night Shyamalan movie. Avatar. Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan filmed Avatar by just, like, dressing the actors up while they were unconscious and putting them in kind of a, you know, simulation of the cartoon. And then he just filmed what happened. It's nuts. I bet you didn't know that, because I just made it up. Yes, Flair. Like I keep saying to people, I only lie if it's funny. And unfortunately, I think it's funny a lot. Half expecting the double reverse pivot, and you were gonna say M. Night Shyamalan painted all those people blue. Man! Can you imagine James Cameron, like, waking up and all of his actors are painted blue, and he's just like, my god, what am I gonna do about this? We've got a movie to make, people! Hold on, I gotta rewrite the script. M. Night Shyamalan running off of a can of paint like, So what happened to Titanic 2? Titanic Harder. Is that the one with the rapping dog? Oh, we're at the spaceship! I don't think we can do anything here. can't remember which one is the rapping dog and which one is the doofy octopus. The octopus has more legs than the dog does. That's how you tell them apart. Thor Volcano. Is this where we're supposed to be? No, we're going to the glacier. Okay, no, this is the manor. I'm sorry, Sodomy Castle. Glacier, please. Yeah, this one. Okay. Britney Spears never goes on a sea voyage that goes by any icebergs. Titanic 2. Oops, I did it again. Now, thank you, because now I'm imagining Britney Spears getting her ass banged in the trunk of a car. Not the trunk, the back seat. Just like in classic movie Titanic for your Nintendo Entertainment System. I really need better AoE spells. I really do. Cruise ship that went toxic. Oh yeah, the like the disease cruise. Alright. Earth spell works. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like, oh, why would you ever get on a cruise ship? What could you possibly benefit from being in a floating hotel? And like, it's a good way to go places and see things. I completely understand it. I wouldn't take one myself because, you know, it's like $500 million a ticket. But yeah, you're in a floating hotel. Like, you get to cruise around. Very rarely can you both cross international waters and be at a buffet at the same time. And I'm in favor of anything that lets me be at a buffet at the same time as I'm doing something else. We did not... Sizzler. You make me want to, like, stop the game and just run the entirety of that Sizzler infomercial demo reel or whatever with the song. Sizzler! The taste of America. I can't sing, so. It was not a training video. It was like it was a like executive promotional video or something. Like show you how great things are. I've seen training videos. Like I have seen training videos. I've watched people rap about putting pizza in the microwave or whatever. Hot drink, yeah! Hot drinks really get you going! God damn that! Uh, but yeah, I've seen it. I've seen training videos. You know, why am I fighting the rocks? Let's leave. The thing about rocks is you can just walk away from them and they really can't catch up to you. Oh, this is not the way. Let's cross the bridge. Okay. Dummy! If you kick a rock, it might hurt you more. That's true. Rocks are free. You can just take it. It's true. You can just take the rocks home. God damn it. Now I'm picturing, you know... You just visit the set of the Mona remake and force the rock to come home with you. He can't resist. It's in his contract. Hello, Shateri. I don't know what's happening tonight. You have done well, Jadebearer. With these shards, you are now linked to the Rudras. What can you tell us now? We're on the Rudras web ring. The Majestic Four seek the creation of a new and powerful race. The Majestic Four. Mitra, Mesa, Hausen, and Saizo. But I was told Hausen was a Rudra. How can this be? He chose to assume the form of a Rudra of his own volition. I can only speculate as to his motives in doing so. I know but a handful of salient facts about the Four and their plans. Gamora, the Guardian of Evolution, is the only other party privy to hit them. Gamora assured me Hausen intended to harm humanity. Yet Hausen himself seems to believe he pursues a higher ideal. Then perhaps it is best you consult with Gamora directly. He may be able to tell you of the next Rudra in the coming age. The coming age? Hausen will do as I did in my time. A new age shall dawn and a new race shall assume primacy over the world. Gather fragments from the remaining Lago Stones and bring them to Gamora. He will tell you more. Take a shard of my own Lago Stone. Lolo, can you decipher this? He who holds the 5 shards, triumphing over the Majestic, he will forge a new future. The Majestic? That one kind of weak-sauce Jim Carrey movie that everybody thought was his, like, dramatic debut? And I guess it was, kinda. Hold it! 5 shards! That means there's 5 Lago Stones in total. Danons, Giants, Reptiles. That leaves 2 more. Human and Mermaid. What of your own stone, Jadebearer? The Lago Stone of Humanity is still in the Museum of Magic, but where is the 5th? The last stone is that of the Merfolk. Yeah, thought so. Where is it? Beneath the waves lies the town of Lila, refuge of the Merfolk. Its inhabitants will guide you to the stone. However, you will not be able to reach Lila without the Danon Ark of Baraznir. Parts within the Danon Vault will make it capable of braving the depths. How do you feel about Man on the Moon being dramatic? It was a biopic, so it's inherently a bit dramatized. I guess I think of Carrey's first dramatic movie as being The Cable Guy, even though that was still a comedy. But yeah, Man on the Moon, The Majestic. That was when he really started to sort of transition into being less the wacky face dude and more into a serious actor. And now he's, you know, Dr. Eggman full-time. You never know where your career is going to take you. Where might we find this vault? Near the center of the Sakura Desert, only the entrance of the vault can be seen above the dunes. Okay, we are going back to the desert, so I can grind for a red eagle. Let's just peace out. Peace. I did kind of like Liar Liar. Okay, how do we get there? I think maybe we have to go back through the teleporter. I don't know. Right, getting to the underworld is Thor Volcano. And we have to go through the underworld to get back to the desert. Because I remember we went through the desert and I saw that little shrine nub. And I was like, oh, we can't do anything here. I guess it must be for one of the other parties. Forgetting that we are the last party. So there is no other party to go to. Random thought experiment. Just for the sake of it. You can cast Jim Carrey in a remake of one movie. Where do you put him? And I have my own answer to this. And y'all are gonna hate it. Muppets Christmas Carol as Scrooge. Shit, that would work. My own answer is somewhat adjacent to that, actually. I would put him in Labyrinth as the Goblin King. Like replacing David Bowie. Already kind of did that just about the Muppets. Elaborate, please. There was a Jim Carrey Christmas Carol. He was Scrooge. Well, shit, I didn't know that. Alright, that's interesting. I'll have to check that out, sometime. Probably around Christmas. When, you know. Mr. Vincent, what's up? This place is not as I remember it. How so? It feels less shadowy, less populated. Where are the souls of the dead? I cannot hear them. You see dead people? But how could this be? How could it have changed so drastically? It's easy, yeah? How doesn't steal your body, you're wandering around a spirit, yeah? It's natural seeing other spirits when you're being one yourself, but now I am no longer in the world of the dead. Yeah, you lived, bitch. Alright, I am going to step away for just a few moments. I'll be back soon. My ankles need stretching, and I need to... Biology. It is terrible. Anyway, back in a moment. I will leave you guys with some music. Ah, that's a relief. My ankles are less locked up now. Alright, where are we going? Somewhere around here is an ambush. Yeah, these are one-shottable. These have not updated since we were here last. Alright, let's wander around the realms of the undead and see if I can't locate where we're meant to be. Probably not through here. I don't think. But yeah, I didn't realize there was a Jim Carrey. Oh, here's the Museum of Magic. Okay. I didn't realize there was a Jim Carrey Christmas Carol. We can't, like, take any of this shit, can we? No, it's all a replica. Psycho Shield, Power Shield. The Rudra... Yeah, here it is. Well, that was easy enough. Lolo? Let's see. Destruction and creation. The cycle repeats until perfection is attained. Cool. That was easy. Now I think we can go back to the Danon Vaults. It's the 2009 A Christmas Carol. Cool. I'll happily check that out sometime. Maybe not immediately. It's the middle of summer. Well, it's not the middle of summer yet, but it is summer-y. It is an impressive collection, is it not? Yes, it is. It's very nice. Thank you. Goodbye. I love that we can just steal a chunk off the museum exhibit and run. Where does this take us? Gafu. I don't remember if there's any benefit to going through here. Ah, right. I'm Gamora, Guardian of Evolution. Do you require healing, please? Right, we gotta get one more shard before we come back to him. So we must have to go the other way. We're logicking this stuff out. You know, we're figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. You guys are talking about Jim Carrey. Which, to be fair, so was I a little bit ago. But yeah, for some reason, I see him and I think, like, he would be a great Goblin King. On the other hand, thinking like that is how we get the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat movie, for example. So maybe I shouldn't be trusted to make these casting calls, you know? Hit me with your honesty. The real lessons the 2000s have taught you. Don't invest heavily in skyscrapers? Nobody who has been a major member of SNL should make a movie. In the Wayne's World, though. Wayne's World is fine. Wayne's World is like on the borderline of being something like Airplane. Just a lot of very ridiculous situations, and I like that. I could also say the Blues Brothers, but that was from like the 80s, so. Aside from that, man, I don't know. I laughed a couple of times watching Coneheads. Not like a lot, or very hard, but there was a time when Adam Sandler was one of America's most beloved comics. I mean, even I sometimes get Lunch Ladyland stuck in my head. I think giving Adam Sandler a vanity press wasn't inherently a terrible move, but I do think giving Adam Sandler, like, unchecked free reign to make whatever he wanted was a bad move. And the two things sound like they're connected, but they're not. But you know, Adam Sandler is not... He's really not the worst thing to come out of, SNL. We could do worse. Am I where I need to be? I don't think I am. Really don't want to think about worse. I'm trying to think about worse, but I can't remember the fucker's name. Rob Lowe. I'm not sure if Rob Lowe was actually, like, an SNL alumni, but... I really wish he would go away. Nothing happens. Okay, really can't get worse than Lorne Michaels, the person who makes SNL. How Lorne is your Michaels? Scale of 1 to 10. Nuot herb won't fit in your inventory. That's fine. 2 Nuot herbs. And a maple cutter. What is this? Oh my god! It's a wind scythe. It's an actual scythe. Lorne Michaels gave us Kids in the Hall. Hell, okay. Yeah. That's a benefit to humanity. In my opinion. I miss MTV's The State. That's what I miss, but... You can't find that oh, no. That's the optional boss fight. They're the guy from the state. I can't remember his actual fucking name now, but he has a dad rock band on YouTube, and they've jammed with Weird Al, and they play really well. Like the middle-aged dad jam band, or whatever the hell their name is. I'm at the clock tower. Do I have to be here? I don't think I do. Well, we can check some doors while we're here. Yeah, I mentioned the Blues Brothers, but that's from the 80s. Can you name a post-2000s SNL movie that's worth watching? Like I said, I laughed a couple of times at Coneheads, but I think that was the 90s. I know The Lonely Island got at least one movie, and I have yet to kind of lower my standards enough to actually watch it. I really should. But at the same time, no, I shouldn't. Pretty deeply out of movie watching. You can stop? You can just stop watching movies? Huh. Among the many things I tried to do in my youth, I was on like a three-pronged assault, basically. Dumb idiot fools, oh my god. I wish that was new information to me. I really do. A Payday Rex killer. Well, now I have two of those. Movies made by SNL alumni after 2000. Fucking Mystery Men. Yeah! Yeah, Mystery Men. Okay. Justifies everything. 100%. To this day, the Bowler is one of my favorite superheroes. Even if she did kind of go back to college after the events of the movie. Anyway, I tried to take a three-pronged assault when I was in college. I studied philosophy, I studied theater, and I studied film. I was gonna be, like, kind of an omnidirectional critic. And none of that shit worked out. None of that shit worked out at all. I would have a very different life, I'm sure. For one thing, I would still be unemployed. I would still be fucking unemployed as hell, given our current media landscape. Being paid to give my opinion on media. Yeah, does anybody have some media they want an opinion on? I'm available. I'm freelancing. What's my opinion of Phantom of the Paradise? Hell yeah. That was a fun movie. And it brought us Guillermo del Toro. So, you know. Good work, Phantom of the Paradise. And I believe it brought us Daft Punk. Or at least their masks. Give my opinion on Medea, the multi-target heal spell in the Shin Megami Tensei series. It's alright. Usually I have a pixie around who can cast that. And, like... because of complacency and because of playing Shin Megami Tensei 3, I usually forget to upgrade said pixie, like, forever. So... it's good, but I'm not. Paradise also has that guy who wrote all the songs for, like, the 70s Muppets. And I cannot get used to thinking of him as kind of a villain type. Paul Williams, thank you. What, he just looks so fucking cuddly. It's hard for me to see him as, like, anything but Mr. Teddy Bear Man. One of the great songwriters of our time. Like, Paul Williams is in my top 3 songwriters. Like, there's Jim Steinman, there's Paul Williams. 2 dramatically different ethos there. I can't think who would be number 3. Alright, where am I going? I'm gonna peek at a guide real quick, because I've forgotten how to get where we're going. We've been to the Museum of Magic. Head back to Thor Volcano, exit it, and then go to the middle of the Sahara Desert. Okay. So we're going back to Thor Volcano. Which means, taking the shrine loop. Does Jim Carrey have the dramatic flair and gravitas for Jareth? Sure. Does he have the prominent package? Well, no. But I'm sure Industrial Light and Magic could help him out with that. We can CGI David Bowie's Enormous Goblin in. Okay, I don't remember where Thor Volcano actually is. Not here. Let's start stepping out of the shrines and looking for it. Where the fuck is Thor Volcano? Is it on this continent? I don't think it's on this continent. A shrine in Thor Volcano. Yeah, but I'd have to actually be able to get there. Maybe it's around here. Vaikaroa Ruins. I think this might be the right continent. Like, we leave here, and then we head south. Then we get attacked by bees. Vincent could go in the back again, actually, now that I think about it, but... yeah, let's put him back in back. Because he got that distance attack now. This is the Lost Forest. We don't need to be here. How do I leave? Okay, we don't need to be here. No, it's up the... wait, is it around this way? Nothing happens. Okay, we can't use that teleporter anymore. How do we get there?
Looks like I don't have a choice. I'm not here. This isn't happening. I'm entering a dream of my subconscious. I'll now find the answers that I need. I'm asleep.
You'll never prove a thing, Copper. I'm just a part-time electrician. Bad is good, baby! Down with government!
The crossover you never dreamed. Alright, it's gotta be... Was that from the Tick? Yes, that was the evil midnight bomber. What bombs at midnight? I love that man.
Where did they go?
They went home.
But who will we fight?
With other digressions, there are lots of them.
There are lots of them. Alright, let's go through the Garl Tunnel and see if, maybe it's down south. And yeah, cool. I'm glad you got that too. I'm happy anytime people recognize some of the bullshit that I love. With other digression, yeah. It's because she takes nothing he says seriously, or nothing anyone says seriously, really. Maya is kind of a terrible person, but that's why she can be an adventure game protagonist. You need to either have a completely innocent heart or a completely smart-ass mind. Or both. Guybrush. Hypnosis is kind of a terrible game. It is, but at the same time, I've never played anything that, like, resonated with me so strongly in kind of a stupid fucking way. Like, it's a terrible, dumb game, but it's got a draw to it, is all I can say. I don't know how to explain it. How the fuck? How do I fucking get back to where I was? Like, we went through the tunnel. That didn't help. And I can't walk around looking at things on the world map because there's an encounter every 36 seconds. Alright, let's go out the east side of Garl Tunnel. I wish there was a fast travel spell. And as far as I know, there isn't. I'm super ding-dong fucking lost. Yeah, if you could cast fast travel spells, you could sequence break like crazy. Be sequence breaking like a greased up Samus with a jetpack on. Cat. You're a kitty cat. I hit you with a sword and I hit you with disguise. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's analogies. Unfortunately, there's one thing I'm good at. Alright, is this Horn Cave? This is not where I'm looking to be. I think the volcano is south of Horn Cave. I think we're in the right spot now. Once we get through these bees, we will find out. There it is. There's Thorvald. Motherfucker! Get out of my face!
Rage!
Yes, a little bit! Imagine how hard it would be to shoot a bee with a gun. It's pretty hard. Imagine how hard it would be to shoot a bee with a bow and arrow. Would it be harder or easier than with a gun? Oh god, we can't... Oh no! Son of a bitch. How do we get around there? The BB gun. You go to your room. No! And we can't get across because the bridge is out. How the fuck do we get over there? Hold on, I'm pulling up a map. See if that helps. Ah. Cult base map. I need the overworld map. Did we already take the boat to Danalf? Yeah, we took the boat to Danalf. We came back. The boat to Danalf was to get us somewhere else. Alright, world map. I'm looking at the world map. Hold up. So I'm looking at the world map. We are right here. Great Forest, Thor Volcano. So if we could get through the Great Forest, we could get to Oriab. If we could get to the ruins of Karuya, we could walk through. I'm pretty sure we have to go to Thor Volcano. I just really have no idea how we would get there. Presumably we have to teleport in. But I'm not sure where we're teleporting in from. This didn't really help. Google. How to teleport to Thor Volcano in Rudra. Oh, believe me, I'm checking game facts. That's where I got the map from. Yes. Okay, we might have to go back to the Netherworld? Because I'm looking at this...
Go!
I'm looking at this other map. And we might have to go back to the Netherworld, because there's a teleport to Thor Volcano. And then the Vilshan Ruins. I think we've been there recently? So maybe we can... Tonight on Getting Lost with Zyzy. Zyzy is super lost. Also, thank you for the let's go. We will be going. It's been a while since I played Outrun 2006 here on the channel, but like, I feel like taking a few minutes out of every game we played to play some Outrun was maybe a bit much. Like, I don't know. It's not that I got tired of it. I love a good driving game, and Outrun 2006 is the single best driving game ever made. Can now get retro achievements on the PS2 version. Cool, I don't fucking care. Retro achievements are a blight upon the face of the earth. But, thank you for telling me about that. I should play Titanium Court. I did play the demo. I did play the demo of Titanium Court. TXR? No. TXR would take too long to get in and out. You can't just pop it up, do a race, and pop it down again. I did play the demo of Titanium Court. I'm not going to play the full thing of Titanium Court unless somebody buys it for me, because I'm, yeah, somewhat poor. Team Sonic Racing. I never did the April Fool's thing I was going to do, where instead of playing Outrun 2006, I loaded up Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed and did Outrun Bay. Never did do that. But to be fair, that would require somebody to redeem something very specific on April Fool's Day, which, yeah, shrug. Anyway, Titanium Court is noted, but... Oh god, can I get back to the underworld from here? I don't think I actually can, because it burned out. Instead, we play Outrunners for the Sega Genesis. It's okay. It's fine. It's not great. Okay, I am genuinely stuck as hell. I thought we could go through the Netherworld, but the Netherworld portal burned out. I don't know how to get to another one. Lodge Shrine doesn't help. Baloo Shrine doesn't help. Or does it? No, this is where we were. Is there a portal to the clock tower? No. No, there is not. Can we keep going? And then we pop up here. The Ruins of Rulne. Wait a minute. There is a teleporter in the Ruins of Rulne, I believe, that takes us to the Netherworld. Get the fuck out of my way, you misshapen, mogwai-looking bastards. Alright, I think there is a Netherworld portal in here somewhere. If not, there's the clock door. That's cool. We've been in here. Never mind, that's not cool at all. Here's where the Holy Grail was. Here's where we put our Holy Grail, if we had one. Wasn't there like an Outrun 2099 or something? Or am I thinking of some other racing series? Because if there is an Outrun 2099, I think that's the worst in the series. Outrun 2019. That could... let me Yeah, it's Outrun 2019. It was made, I think, by people who did not really play Outrun ever. Battle Outrun. I've never heard of this. Plays looks like its namesake and more like Chase HQ. Huh. You know what bothers me? There's a genre of music called Outrun, but it's just synthwave. It doesn't sound anything like music you would hear in the Outrun video games. It's just kind of a dark synthwave. A dark wave, if you will. You ever feel like you're fighting the same two encounters over and over until you die? I feel like I'm fighting the same encounters over and over until I die, and there's no danger of me dying. Not to these. Alright. Floor 2. No, this is the room we cornered that guy in. This is Bat Connor. He cons bats. David Bowie had a song called Always Crashing the Same Car. This experience. Bat Scammer. Watch out, Batman! He's got the digits on your Bat credit card. Well, at least we got a level out of it. Not nothing. Down to floor 1. Ah, yeah, the Publishers Clearinghouse is showing up with a big check. He's gonna put it next to the giant penny. Batman just collecting very large money. Well, I mean, he's Bruce Wayne. That's kind of what he does, so... Aw, shit, I just doxed Batman. Okay, I do not see a teleporter out of here that takes us where we need to be. Can we walk out the front door somehow? This is another dead end, I think. Unless we can get out into the world and... I know that I'm overtime, by the way. I know that I usually cut out at 2 hours. But I'm personally invested in this now. Okay, there's the teleporter. The Mohawk boss from Totally Rad. Oh, Lord. That is an excavated reference. I remember reading an incredibly snarky webpage comparing Totally Rad to its original Japanese version, which is about, like, a magician or some shit. And, that was a fun read. Yeah, no, we cannot... We cannot leave from here. Can we? I'm distressed. I'm in distress. I'm in this dress. And I look fabulous. I can check out anytime I like. Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, my wisdom has been decreased. In real life. Wait, no, we can leave, we can leave, we can leave. We're out. Son of a bitch. You just dodged the explosion after the fact. That's cool of you. Isn't Maple Cutter the attack from G Gundam? Yes, from Neo Canada's Lumberjack Gundam. Managed to explode without exploding. Nice work. I genuinely adore how you can just talk about G Gundam and say things that actually happened in the show, and they sound like you're just making shit up. To me, that is, like, one of the hallmarks of a great anime. Like that time Domon recovers his morale from riding around in a boat with a robot horse. Ever see Samurai Flamenco? I have. That's a great movie. No. That's a great anime too. Escalates incredibly hard. Starts off low stakes, escalates incredibly hard. Alright, now where? Here's the quarantine camp. Alright, that means we're over by... Oh my god, you're shooting laser beams at me. Yeah, that means we're over by Roma. I'm gonna heal up at the inn. Then I'm gonna consult the map again. World map for days 8 to 10, no. World map for days 10 to 15. Okay, we are over by Gamora City. So I think from here we go down to the Frey ruins on the tip of this continent? I like to think Vincent isn't admitting to his party members that he's lost. We're just grinding. We're just exploring the world looking for treasure. We're just checking all those clock doors. Alright, down here are more robots! Okay, if we go in here, inside the there's another clock door. Is that useful to us? Does this matter? No. Not one bit. I feel a certain amount of despair. We just saved. Let's save here anyway. Let's see if there's a passage to the underworld or something in here. Okay, cool. That's great. I don't care. Thank you. I'm not giving up. I don't even know if this is where we're meant to be, but I'm not giving up, goddammit. Let's be prepared to face and weather its power. Never forget this. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? I don't think we're gonna find what we need in here. A level, good. Wasn't a waste then, was it? Alright, let's get out of here. I'm studying the map again and, you know, glancing at... Head back to Thor Volcano, exit it, and then head to the middle of the Socket Desert. You say that so casually! In the ruins of Sodom, there is a teleporter to Thor Volcano. Okay. The ruins of Sodom is right over there. We can do this. We can do this. This is not impossible. So over here, love to fight the same encounter 30 times in a row. So over here, down here, Sodom Castle. Look, I normally don't complain about encounter rates, but in this case, when I'm trying to figure out, like, how to transit from one place to another, I would really like a Pokemon-style repel. Like, I don't mind encounter rates when I'm exploring normally. It's only when I'm actively trying to navigate one place to another. When I'm moving with purpose. Alright, down here, maybe? And even now, like, I'm looking for the teleporter, so it's not that bad. Down here? I super don't care. This way. Try the top right next. People do like battles. I have noticed, though, that people don't like random battles so much. Like, it's one of the first things people whine about, that and turn-based battle systems. Through here, build swords. Get a Stormblade, which I think we've had for a while. No? But it does suck a little bit. It is an electric blade, though. So, we can hit people with it who are affected by electricity. Which honestly ought to be everybody. I think everybody's a little bit affected by electricity. Seal protects his treasure. Okay. This is not the way. Always? Always? That's a big ask. Nah, just be like Lane and wear a wrist strap. That's a really good math on these chest steel enemies. I like the general aesthetic. Not on this side of the dungeon. We gotta go back. Ow. Remarkably, ow. And you know what? It occurs to me that maybe the high encounter rate is because I'm dashing everywhere to try to get places faster. Maybe if I slowed down and just walked, I wouldn't get in as many fights. That does seem to be less fights. I'm sorry, fewer fights. Maybe that's been the problem the whole time. I need to just saunter. Maybe not. Are there fewer fights, or are they just getting into the same amount of fights slower? I'm not smart enough for that question. Can't go up there. I'm positive there's a teleporter in here. I'm absolutely positive there is. I just don't know how to get to it, clearly. It's in the room. Alright, here's the glacier. We don't need to be here. We need to go to Thor Volcano. Then we can go out in the desert. I don't want to go to the statue head. Take me where I need to be! Alright, Thor Volcano. Take me out of Thor Volcano. No effect. Cool, thanks. I love you. Maybe we should use the non-fire weapons. Fine. Let's try it out here. Like, maybe that's a special room? Maybe now it'll work? No, we simply cannot leave peaceful. We cannot peace out of Thor Volcano. Bone Fugas, they're cool looking. They got the little, like, diamond spinny things. And their hoo-ha. Yeah, okay. Through here. I think we go around here. Okay. Hey, it's a flare sword. Do we get one to keep? No. That's a shame. Alright, can we get out of here this way? So lost. But we're at least closer to where we need to be now, you know? Like, it finally paid off. God, how did people... Well, I know that people who can't read Japanese probably manage to finish this game. Because there's always, like, the crazy import crowd who have no idea how to read a word of the language, but, like, they import and beat the game anyway. How did they do that with this game? There's so much suddenly you need to be here across the entire world map. Guides. Yeah. When I imported Super Robot Wars games, I would beat them with guides. So, I mean, that makes sense. The wreckage from the bridge is blocking the river. We shall have to find another way. Suck my butthole! How do we get out of Thor Volcano now? We gotta walk out to the world map, and I don't know how to do that. No, there's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way. I'm gonna look at the... There's other maps. There's other maps. It's fine. Thor Volcano map. Alright, the overworld is back the other way. We can walk off the bottom. We can walk off the bottom side of one of the screens. If you asked me how much I liked this game, I might struggle to reply at times. Like, I like the overarching nature of it. The moment-to-moment gameplay can be kind of rough. But we never really had this specific problem in anybody else's playthrough. It's just Serlant/Vincent. He's the guy who really seems to get no guidance whatsoever from anybody. They give him, like, big, elaborate fetch quests. And it's just like, well, go out there and do it. How are you gonna do it? Well, I'm sure you saw all this stuff, right? Just remember it. Just remember where it is. Just remember how to get there from the labyrinthine series of teleporters and underworld and overworld, and some of the layout of the landscape isn't the same as when you came through here the first time. And where the fuck am I? Alright, we gotta go up and around, I think. I'll tell you this, the number of times I've been tempted to just walk out on this game is non-zero. Alright. Alright. Okay, we go back in. We don't take the teleporter. We don't take the teleporter. We go back. What I'm looking at here is this map. So we go back in the center here. And that takes us to this little room. And I think I have to go out the northeast corner, not down this way. Appreciate you taking me on this journey. I'm honestly glad to have been here. Like, I feel like it's a little bit of, if I don't do this, who will? And a little bit of, like, I will be delighted to have played through this game. Because I'm genuinely curious about how it turns out, and I'm genuinely curious about, like, what's happening here, and how the last scenario plays out. All that. Curiosity keeps me going. In spite of the fucking encounter rate, holy shit! How do we move around with these armies teaming up and down the mountain? It's like fucking Mount Itoy, except it's an entire game. I try not to be negative. I try not to be negative. I genuinely do. I really, really do. And like I said, for the most part, I have enjoyed this game a lot. Like, it's shown me some amazing sprite work. It's shown me some shit I didn't think the SNES could do. It is only these moments that are an irritation. Hey, a flame sword! How is that? Well, shit. Alright. That's good. That'll be great when we get out of here. And then we can walk off the side of this map. That actively decreased our outgoing damage because it is a fire sword. I should re-equip the other one. Except we're about to leave. But we are going to a desert, so... If we're going to a desert, let's go ahead and equip, non-fire weapons. You can tell we're on track because it's nighttime now. And we made it back to the fucking desert. We made it. We made it. Have some crabs. You know what the desert needed? Crabs. Red nippers. Okay. Alright. Here's where we need to be. Right here. Alright, there's just Pulsauruses out here. So we're going to save here. And tomorrow we will resume our quest to... I've honestly forgotten at this point. I just know we need to be here. Rudra Stone. Rudra Stone of the reptiles, or whatever. The mer people. Right. That's what we're doing. Anyway, we're gonna leave it off here. I want to thank you for putting up with my relentless bitching, because, wow, I got grumpy there, but at least we made it through. We did make it through. We did get, where we needed to be. That feels good. And tomorrow, we're poised to be poisoned. No, that's not right. Tomorrow, we're poised to do the things that we ought to do. I ain't got a thing to prove to you. I'll eat my candy with my pork and beans. Excuse my manners if I make a scene. Good night, everybody.